Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday evening. It's time for Weather Geeks. It's the Valley's craziest in-depth weather video. We've got so much to talk about. Last night's video, I think, was 11 minutes. I'm going to try to keep it a little shorter than that tonight, but you never know. With snow and cold and wind and another blast of Arctic air at the end of next week, it's just going to be an action-packed next 7 or 8 days. All right, earlier on this evening, we did have some reports of some accidents and some slippery travel down in southern Columbiana County, and that was just proof of what I've been saying over the last couple of days. It doesn't take much snow to cause problems. You know, a lot of times when we get a big snowstorm where everyone's going to get 5 to 10 inches of snow, you don't see that many problems on the roads. People stay in. They don't adjust, or they do adjust their plans. In these borderline situations, lake effect, more nuisance events for us, people tend not to adjust their plans, and so you increase the risk that a little half-inch or dusting of snow on an untreated surface can cause pileups and problems. We've had problems due to a little bit of snow. We've had problems due to a lot of snow up in Lake County. Big pileup on 90 earlier today. Over towards Erie on I-90 in Pennsylvania. All sorts of bad pileups earlier on today. Now, when I recorded this at a little before 8 o'clock, radar's pretty quiet. There's some flakes out there. There's some flurries, but it's innocuous snow. It's not impactful snow at the current time. Off to our north, they've just been getting hammered over the last several hours. Let me do a 5-hour loop here of our lake effect from Cleveland on east. It was a horrendous evening commute from Cleveland through the eastern suburbs and then heading over towards Ashtabula and Erie. And the lake effect continues. Lake County, Geauga County, parts of Cuyahoga County into Ashtabula County as well. I think as we go through the night, notice how this has been kind of west to east oriented. As we go into the night, it's going to become a little more northwest to southeast, the orientation, and that's going to drive more and more of these bands down into our viewing area. Now, the mother of all bands, as expected, has been over in New York, in southwest New York, in Chautauqua and Cattaraugus counties. This is south of Buffalo. This band has just been a monster. And, you know, there's a reason why the Weather Service has the possibility of 2.5 feet of snow in through here. It's prime real estate for lake effect snow, and they tend to get a little more over there because there's some higher terrain in southwest New York. And I'm real quickly here, just want to peruse some of the snow reports that have come in. Water spout off of Lake Erie earlier on. Here we go, Forestville up in Chautauqua County, 12 inches. Back closer to home, Erie, a couple of inches. And let's see, yeah, we've got a whole bunch of reports here in far northern Ohio. Thompson, a couple of inches. North Kingsville, about 6 inches. So, yeah, there's already been a healthy amount of snow up here in northeast Ohio and northwest PA. The snow depth here disappeared on me. Oh, there it is. You can see that, you know, we're already estimating in some of those purple colors here, locally 6 inches already. Cuyahoga County, Geauga County, and then especially, of course, in southwest New York. Lake effect snow warnings out for Lake Geauga, Ashtabula, and heading over into Erie and Crawford County in PA. Not sure why my graphics are being sluggish, but we'll keep plodding along here. All right, I mentioned the orientation of our bands changes overnight. It's a little more northwest to southeast. So particularly north of I-80, we're going to see more frequent snow showers as we head through the night. This is 2 in the morning, so we get into the daylight hours tomorrow. Again, you're going to notice most numerous north of 224 and especially north of I-80. A lot of these beefier bands are not going to meander down into Columbiana County, but you can still see, like we had earlier on, some light flurries, some local dustings, especially after dark. You can get problems even with a little bit of snow. That's why we want to focus on impacts and not get so focused on the numbers. Whether you get 4 or 5 inches or 1 inch, what are the impacts on your daily life? And the impacts can be significant even with a small amount of snow. All right, that was high-res model number 1. High-res number 2 here will take us through the daylight hours tomorrow. And again, kind of most numerous bands north of 224 and especially north of I-80. The lake effect will wind down early Saturday. This is Saturday morning. The last of the flurries and snow showers probably in the northern viewing area by about daybreak, and that's about it. Here's what the snow map looks like, taking into account what's already fallen and then what will continue to occur. A foot or so in many, many places from Geauga and Lake counties over towards southwestern New York. In our viewing area, haven't changed this a whole lot, but notice the purple area up towards Mespo, Kinsman, Greenville, 5, 6, 7 inches, a possibility up there, localized amounts. You can see 3, 4, 5 inches, maybe as far south as Champion and Newton Falls, maybe Cortland, maybe the Sharon area heading over towards Mercer. Not everyone in the dark blue is going to get 3 to 5, but it's a possibility in that zone, whereas it's unlikely down here that anybody sees 3, 4, 5 inches, and that includes Canfield, Youngstown, New Wilmington, Girard, Niles, Hermitage, places like that. You're in the 1 to 3 zone in the gray area, Salem, Hanoverton, Lisbon, East Palestine, Columbiana, North Lima, etc., etc. Mostly a coating to an inch or so out of our snow, and that counts tonight, tomorrow night. That map is not just tonight. That's tonight, tomorrow night. All right, the weather impacts for people, the snow would be the highest, the wind the second highest. The wind's going to continue to whip tomorrow, making it feel awfully cold. All right, travel forecast for the next few days. And then we're going to segue into the next wintry threat. All right, be careful on the roads all day tomorrow. It's not going to snow all day in any one location, but especially in the north, it could snow at any time. And on Saturday, might have to watch for some residual slick spots early. I think we're fine. Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, your travel plans will not be impacted by the weather. It's just going to be darn cold. Temperatures no better than the 20s on Saturday. Now, Sunday's when things get tricky. Actually, late Saturday night, after midnight, is when things start to get tricky with a what we call synoptic snow event. Non-lake effect. Everyone's going to get this. And everyone's going to get about the same amount, I think. This is late Saturday night, Sunday morning. Things can be snowy and slow as you head off to services or do anything else Sunday morning. May see the snow taper for a time Sunday afternoon before it picks up again Sunday evening into the overnight into Monday morning. Now, the confidence in the details on this decreases rapidly the farther into Sunday night we go, and I'll show you why here in just a second. Here's just a quick overview through Sunday morning. Saturday, again, things calm down, but already by 3, 4 in the morning, Sunday morning, we might be seeing that synoptic snow pushing in. And again, this could lead to a lot of slick roadways Sunday morning. Now, as we head deeper into the day on Sunday, we may get a break in the action as depicted by this particular model, but this is just one model. Other models have somewhat different ideas, but there's a chance anyway. There's a little bit of a lull for the afternoon before moisture along the front rides back north and draws precipitation back in for Sunday night into Monday morning. Now, this graphic is just for the daylight hours on Sunday, late Saturday night into Sunday. Not talking about what might happen Sunday night into Monday. This is just late Saturday night, Sunday. I think a general 1 to 2 or 3 inches, perhaps as much as 4 at the most, enough to be impactful. Not a huge accumulation, but an impactful one as people try to get around Sunday, especially in the morning hours. So that's what we have for that. Our confidence matrix, low to medium confidence in the storm timing. The reason why it's on the lower end, because I'm not sure yet how long that break might be. Snow amounts, low to medium confidence on Sunday. They could be higher if there isn't a prolonged break, like I think is probably likely, but again, confidence is not super high. Precip type, high confidence, anything that falls during the daylight hours Sunday is snow. No mixing concerns on Sunday during the day. All right, let's quickly, we're coming up on 9 minutes here, so let's move it along. All right, here's Sunday on the GFS model. Our light snow is around in the morning. Might get a lull in the afternoon before it picks back up Sunday night. This is Sunday evening. Now, this particular model, the GFS, is quick and aggressive with the arrival of warmer air from the south and west. And the result of that is that we see a changeover to some sort of mixed bag Sunday night. Could be sleet and freezing rain for a time before we change over to just plain rain Monday morning. If the GFS were to be exactly right, it's just a rainy morning on Monday. That's the GFS. The European model, which was actually the first model to pick up on this idea of a second wave of moisture. The European model is flatter with that wave, farther south, and as a result, does not have as much mixing. Now, the model depiction here doesn't break it down into color by snow and rain. It's all green, but this is mostly snow. here and a mix and rain down here. If this were to be more correct, this would be a heavy wet snow for a lot of late Sunday night into, I wouldn't even say late Sunday night, just Sunday evening through the overnight into Monday morning, and very little, if any, mixing, if that were to be exactly right. So, it's a tough forecast. The European model, which I just showed you here, I'm showing you the odds of 1 inch or more worth of snow Sunday night into Monday, pretty high odds, as you can see here. That's 1 inch. When we talk about 3 inches, let me move this over here. Let's back up to my time frame I want. And of course, since this video is long, my internet connection is going to slow down. All right, here we go. Want to find Tuesday. Come on, computer. Well, anyway, I don't want to keep you too long here. Here we go. Your odds of 3 inches in 24 hours are lower. Finally able to spit this out. Maybe. There we go. Thank you. Your odds of 3 inches or more on the European are lower, but not real low. We're talking about 40 to 60%. So bottom line for you, high confidence that we're going to get a couple or a few inches on late Saturday night into Sunday. Lower confidence on how much more we'll get Sunday night into Monday because of the possibility of some mixed precipitation. Cold weather coming then, even colder than this air mass. Late next week, still on track for a day, maybe two, where highs are only in the upper teens to around 20. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for the patience through my slow internet there. I'll probably do a little live Facebook weather video that'll be shorter than this one. Later on this evening, we'll be on late because of football tonight, so for those who don't want to stay up, I'll probably do a Facebook video sometime in the 10 o'clock hour. So, hope to see you then.